Isn't that somewhat surprising given the veteran presence, especially on the defensive side of the ball for the Clemson team? Isn't that somewhat of a surprise that Clemson lacks the physicality, they lack the ability to really close out games? Because in the past, we started out the season 8-0, right? But what we lacked is the ability to really put teams away, which is what you lean on your veterans for, right? You really lean on your veterans to put teams away, to kind of do those sorts of things in games and really kind of stomp on the necks of teams. And that's something that Clemson has struggled with this season. And then it all came to a head against Notre Dame, where we couldn't do anything on offense, and our defense kind of, they got it handed to them. So it kind of surprises me when it comes to a veteran defense. They got compared to so many of the great Clemson defenses in the past, and to be completely honest, they should be ashamed to be compared to the defenses in Clemson's past. They should be ashamed.
Yeah. No, this defense is not.
They shouldn't even be mentioned in the same breath as some of the past Clemson defense. 2014, 2018 comes to mind. They shouldn't even be mentioned in the same breath as those type of defenses. And maybe they have more talent or more depth or whatever you want to say than those defenses. But at the end of the day, they don't have the killer instinct or whatever, the championship pedigree or whatever you want to call it. They don't have what those defenses had. And maybe you call that Brent Venables. Maybe you call that a new coaching staff. I don't know what the reason is for that. They have all the tools. They have all the ability and all of those things to be those type of defenses, but they clearly can't measure up to those defenses. So I think that ship has sailed for them, and we'll see how they respond.
Yeah. It's certainly been disappointing. Just over the course of the season, just the output has not been what it was built up to be, and what the talent level says it should be.
Right.
But I can't spend too much time, dogging the defense. I mean, they certainly did not play. They did not play. They certainly didn't play well tonight, but they weren't even really given a chance. How poorly the offense was.
I know the breath that they've been mentioned with, and they should be ashamed to be mentioned with those defenses.
Yeah, last year's defense blows this one out of the water.
Yeah, as good as the defense is,
the same players,
and as good as the defense has performed, they should be ashamed to be mentioned with some of the Clemson great defenses in the past. And that should be a self-scout thing for them, because I think they know. I think they know they have the potential to kind of be those defenses, but they're not even close, man. Like, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is. We will never know as fans because we're not that close to the program. We don't get that kind of inside view of the program, so we'll never know. But it's not even close. And people could say it's not having Brent Venables anymore. It's not this, that, and the other. But at the same time, you have the same talent. And I think Wes Goodman has proved that he has an ability to scheme things up. He has the ability to make adjustments, and for whatever reason, I don't feel like he did tonight as much as he has in the past this season. I don't feel like he made the adjustments that would give our defense the advantageous approach to the second half as we did in games prior this season. So I don't know. I don't feel like Clemson had any answers tonight. I feel like we kind of laid down, which is unfortunate. I've not seen a Clemson team kind of lay down as much as this team did tonight, and it's kind of disheartening. And I'm sure this is disappointing for the 130 people that are in here tonight, but I don't have any.
Not all 130 people are fans. Trust me.
Yeah. Like, I don't have any yelling
because we don't get 130 normally.
No, we don't. We normally average about 30, 40, or 50 in our live chats. We got 130 in here tonight. We appreciate you guys. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up. But I don't have any yells in for me tonight. I'm disappointed, man. Like, I'm like that. I'm like that dad. And I am a dad. So I'm like that dad. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
That perfectly sums up this game.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Like, Clemson's so much better than this. We had the ability to go to the college football playoffs. We had the ability to make some noise, and they pissed it away. They ruined it. They didn't have the mindset that they needed to have for whatever reason. I don't know if that's a new coaching staff, but Dabo's got some homework to do this offseason. I mean, am I right? Like, yeah, Dabo's got some stuff. Dabo's got some stuff to figure out this offseason. And I will forever trust in Dabo until he proves me otherwise. Like I said, leading up to this game, I don't think Dabo can be questioned in the quarterback position when it comes to making those decisions. And he hasn't given me a reason to question him in the hiring position either, because he's always made the tough decisions as a head football coach. So I will continue to get behind him in all the decisions that he makes. Not that he can't make mistakes or anything like that, but I'm just saying, we have to give him a certain amount of respect because of what he has brought to Clemson and what he has built at Clemson. And I think he's all about winning. And I think he has some really tough decisions this offseason, whether that be in the offensive or defensive coordinator positions. We'll see. But there has to be some improvement on the Clemson. JT Brown gets in $5 super chat. Thank you. I think Streeter is stuck with mediocre QB. That's the big blazing issue, and will be for 2 years.
It has been for 2 years. Yeah.
Oh, has been for 2 years. So, do you think JT is correct in what he is saying? And if you do you think DJ leaves after this season, or what do you think happens?
I don't agree with the sentiment that Streeter is stuck with DJ. Honestly, okay. I think it's the other way around because.
Well, okay.
Well,
no. Don't backtrack. No, it's okay.
I'm not backtracking. I'm gonna,
I probably agree with you. I just want to hear.
I'm gonna expand upon that.
Yeah, expand. Go ahead.
No, you can't tell me that DJ wouldn't be better in a different system under a different, under a more experienced, better quarterbacks coach.
Or a better play caller.
I mean, you watch DJ in high school. He was playing in one of the top the top division in California high school football.
Let's just preface all of Jordan Bowman's comments by saying he was the number one college or the number one high school prospect. Him and
he was the number one pro style he was the number one pro style quarterback.
Yeah, who was the number two or who was the number one guy?
Well, Bryce Young was number one.
Bryce Young and DJ. So Alabama and Clemson got the number one. We got the number one pro style guy. Alabama got the number one mobile quarterback for high school. Both out of California, mind you.
Right.
So
they played at rival high schools. They played each other. Modern Day and St. John Bosco are two of the best high school football programs in the country, and so
they both won state championships off of each other in differing years. So
right.
Let's just preface all of what Jordan Bowman's about to say off of that.
So
we didn't recruit a scrub.
Right. So to say that Streeter is stuck with a mediocre quarterback like DJ was just some like random 3-star that we picked up and just happened to be the starter. No. DJ was unanimously one of the best quarterbacks in his class. He was coveted by everybody. He had offers from all over. The man outthrew Justin Fields, like college Justin Fields in a throwing contest in the offseason. Like the guy can throw like 70 yards with just the flick of his wrist.
On his knees.
On his knees.
Hit the goalpost.
His arm talent is absolutely
out of this world. Yeah, out of this world.
So just to say that Streeter is stuck with DJ and not the other. I certainly think DJ has his limitations, and the recruiting is not an exact science, and there are misses. I don't think that everything about DJ was a miss. I think the way that Clemson has used him, the way that he's been developed in this system, has not been to his benefit. And and who's directly responsible for that? First it's Dabo, so that it falls on Dabo. Dabo doesn't go without blame here. But 2, it's his offensive coordinator and his position coach, who happen to be the same person. And so when you consider all those things, and you see that DJ has not, lived up to his billing, the first person you point to shouldn't be the player; it should be his coaches, because that's the whole idea is to get him, develop him, and you're supposed to be coaching him up and building on what he's his raw ability. Yes. And that hasn't happened. He's been living off of his raw ability his entire career at Clemson, and he just hasn't gotten better. He has not really improved at reading defenses. He's still not very comfortable in the pocket as a third-year player, second year as the full-time starter, but he's been in the program for 3 years, and he's still not very comfortable in the pocket.
You can see it. You can say, look at DJ tonight. Look at DJ tonight. Look at DJ tonight, and tell me that is a third-year quarterback who is comfortable in the pocket. Look at him. Look at his happy feet tonight that he had against Notre Dame. Right. And you can think what you will about Notre Dame, and you can think what you will about Clemson. It doesn't really matter. But if you look at DJ in the pocket tonight, you can see a quarterback that is indecisive in the pocket. He is not comfortable in the pocket. And that is on the Clemson coaching staff. And more importantly, that is on Brandon Streeter as a quarterback coach. And you can see not only with DJ, you can see with Trevor Lawrence when he transitioned to the NFL, they said that he did not get better. They said that he lacked the ability to read defenses. So who is that on? Is that on Trevor Lawrence? Or is that on Brandon Streeter and the quarterback coach and the type of offense that Clemson runs? Okay? I'm a Clemson homer like any other Clemson fan, okay? Putting on my orange-shade glasses, okay? Look, I'm the biggest Clemson fan there is out there, at least in my mind. But at the same time, I do think that we lack the ability to really develop NFL talent when it comes to the quarterback position. And I think that's proven in the fact that we got Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence, and I don't exactly know if they were any better than the time that they came into Clemson and the time they left Clemson. And that's been kind of echoed by NFL scouts.
Yep.
Don't believe me. Talk to the NFL scouts. They've said similar things when it comes to the Clemson quarterback position. We have gotten really good quarterbacks. And as much as we are a developmental program, I think we lack developmental traits when it comes to the quarterback position. I don't know if that's a blind spot for Sweeney, but we really need to improve when it comes to that. I truly believe that.